Now on Thursday, it's Valentine's Day, and we know it's the month of love, but there are different forms of love of a parent and a child, love amongst siblings, and of course, love among significant others. Now, the Cool Dads Foundation, they are helping to set up a bond between fathers and their children to show the importance of fatherhood. And to discuss this further, I'm joined by Bongani Luvalo. Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you, Sakina.
Now, you are the founder of the Cool Dads Foundation. Tell us a little about that. How did that come about?
Cool Dads. Actually, I was not even a father when we started the foundation. It was in 2012. I only became a dad in 2014. But basically, I've grown without a father, and many of my peers, the friends I have in my circles, either their fathers were there physically, but they were not there emotionally. They've never connected with them. They would never know how they feel. You know, they will never be asked, how was your day? But they would only know a relationship with the father when they've got to be reprimanded. And there were those of us who never even had that father figure in the household. Literally, you are raised by, you know, I was raised by my mother, my grandmother, so I've always been surrounded by, you know, women. And I've seen that this keeps on, you know, growing from one generation to another. And we said, do we really want our children to experience the very same phenomenon? And we agreed with a couple of friends that can we start spending time with our kids? It started literally as, let's meet on a Saturday, let's have a picnic, boys will bring their cars and their kids and we'll just chill. And I think through conversation we then realized that there are more issues than we thought, you know, because sometimes we would only talk about your child when the mother of the child said, can you take the child to the mall, or can you do this, or can you remain behind at home, you know, and others would say, I'm babysitting my own child. And when we were conversing on that day, we then realized that there are deeper issues that young men and fathers are actually experiencing. Others don't know what to do with their own kids. They don't know how to spend time with their kids if they are left with the kids in the house. So we said, how do we ensure that we empower each other if we want to be different fathers from our own fathers? And that's when we literally said, the next one, we should ensure that we isolate different issues. And that's when we said, let's have a foundation that will empower a father holistically, but ensure that a child grows in an environment that is conducive for them to be kids. So that's when we started the Cool Dads Foundation in 2013, after the first picnic in 2012. And we said the foundation will focus on about 5 programmatic areas. One, it's the interactions that we started with. So we'd have picnics, we'd have camps, we'd encourage people to have date outs with their kids, we'll go to the movies, and so that we foster that relationship. Kids, I believe kids spell love or interpret love as the time you spend with them. The more time you spend with a child, that's when they realize the love that they have, you have towards them. And it assures them that this is a safe space where I can speak to my own father, I can speak to my own uncle, because of we continuously engaging and we're continuously playing together, because of kids want friends. The second program that we do is empowerment, where we focus on empowering a father, you know, looking at different thematic issues, investment for your own child, education plans for your own child. How does culture, religion, you know, the 21st century impact a young man, you know, today? We also have got a program called Big Brother Mentorship. We've got 50 boys that we're mentoring from Ekurhuleni. We meet with them once a month on a Saturday, focusing on life skills, career guidance. We're also exposing them to social life. Others have never been to a movie theater, others have never been to hiking, you know, but also we also take them at educational exposures. We go to hospices, we go to correctional facilities, so they understand that there are consequences to each and every behavior.
I'm listening very closely, Bongani, and let me ask this. Is this not exclusive in terms of class? You know, when you talk about going on picnics, you know, going to the movies, going here and there, what about fathers who perhaps cannot afford to do that? You know, what has the uptake been in that regard?
Actually, the fourth program talks directly to that, but let's come back. The first activity that we are well known about is the Cool Dads picnic. It's done in a township, in a park. You don't have an entrance fee. Literally, you can take bread with whatever you can find in the house, grab your child, and the setup is conducive. We've got jumping castles, we've got indigenous games that would ask a Department of Sports to assist us with. Literally, you don't spend a cent. And because of we understand that, I think at the first picnic we had about 378 kids, besides the 40 kids that came with their own fathers. you know, and we had Borevo's role. We ended up having to take out our own monies to say, let's extend, you know, because we thought we were only going to cater for our own kids, and we said, let's share with the rest of the kids. So the environment that we create, it's not an environment that only wants fathers with money. And we're also trying to run away from the phenomenon that your fatherhood or manhood is only defined by what you can actually provide financially. So we are taking care of each other. We are trying to create spaces that will ensure that a father, irrespective of your source of income, you are able to participate with our programs.
Bongani, we have a fatherhood crisis in this country, and you guys have started something fantastic. How can people get in touch with you?
We could be reached on our social media platforms. On Facebook, I am a cool dad, I think on Twitter as well, but also we can be reached via email, info@cooldadsfoundation.co.za, or they can call in the office 011-737-1076. I'm also on Facebook as Bongani Luvalo.
Okay, and I hope you will tag me on some of that communication so that people can actually get in touch. Thank you so much to Bongani Luvalo, who's the founder and CEO of Cool Dads Foundation. And Cool Dads Foundation, of course, will be celebrating love with a Valentine's Day concert featuring superstars such as Java, Amanda Black, and also others who will be making up that lineup. So if you can make it to Carnival City in Brakpan, then do just that. All right, we're going to take a